Hey! Hey, man, this is Jerry Garcia. Look at that. Look at that. Look at me. Look at me now. I never died. I now live in an RV in Florida. Play my guitar for no one. Whew, it gets hot in there. Oh, I just came across that. Some of the paper I'm going through, I had a pile of paper on the floor that I'm looking to throw out and shred. I don't know. I can probably find a place to keep that. But other things I will be getting rid of. I also found the sheet music to I Want You, She's So Heavy. You know, great tune. Best tune on Abbey Road. A lot of good ones on there. But I want you. I want you so bad. I want. How's that go? I don't know. Oh. Oh, Mr. Krabs is the best. So, SpongeBob. I can't read. I have no idea what that says. Can some. I don't know. I'm going to get my glasses. But hello! Look out, sweetie. What's the problem now there, buddy? Huh? What do you got? There you go. See, I did that so you get a little more exercise, bud. Got a bit of a log jam here in the RV with stuff on the floor. It's an obstacle course. Still working things out. Ciao, como stai? Como stai? What is that, Portuguese? Put your spell on me, baby. Put your spell on me, baby. Hey there, you douchebag. Are you really at Asbury Park? Why in January? Although I saw the Radiators in Asbury Park on February 28th. Then I went and saw the Conan O'Brien show in New York City. Then I went to Hawaii like 2 days later. How to, you know, when you're watching, you know, like your favorite musician, and I have many, but like when you watch the Grateful Dead and you see like videos of like Jerry or playing in a, there's a couple like for whatever occasions, you know, and they're well circulated pictures, but like him playing in a blade, you know, a suit jacket or something, which is extremely rare, and also that he would do that. The pictures of him aren't, but it's just. But having the long, like every time I play with the long sleeves, it just deadens all the strings, like when I don't want him to. Yeah, I was watching. I just came across Clapton doing that the other day. The Black Magic Woman. He's like, this one is the Pita. Which, if you don't know, Peter Green, the guy who founded Fleetwood Mac, but really has no. Well, I guess he founded Fleetwood Mac with John McVie and Mick Fleetwood, and he wrote Black Magic Woman. But his version is slower than. It's more slinky, sensual, which is Carlos's is as well. Carlos's is great, but it's just fun to play. It's more of a like a samba-ish, and I'm not too sure. I haven't listened to his a lot, but Clapton plays a much more when he's doing this. One thing I don't like about this guitar, and I like it, it's a nylon string Yamaha. But and I've mentioned this before, so if you tuned in, but you know, if you play guitar, you know that there's dots on here there's key frets on the guitar. You know, like the 5th fret, the 7th fret, usually like maybe the 9th fret. I forget what they do it again, but anyway, and there's usually one at the 12th. There's 2 dots. It just lets you know. Once you get into it, you know, like an E chord is down here at the very front, and it starts again at the 12th fret. But this only has it on the 5th and 7th fret for some reason. I mean, the 12th fret's right here, but sometimes. That's unique to me. I came up with that. I've never seen it. Well, I don't know. Like I said, I haven't watched a ton of videos. I've listened to it a lot. I fucked up something there. It's pretty easy to get that melody and play it. Like I've only, but but it gets annoying because it's so easy that it's just a matter of like back to this one or back, you know. But I like this part, just the strumming part, just E minor, B minor seventh. See, that's the seventh. Here's the full B minor. It just doesn't seem as good. Just a little bit. It gives it a little bit of a more of a drone or something. Don't put your spell on me, baby. Stop messing around with your tricks. Don't put your spell on me, baby. You just might wake up my magic prick. It's fucking cold. And I'm in Central Florida. Pretty much even with the, which I didn't realize. I thought I was further south, but I'm south of Orlando. We're pretty much directly south of Lakeland. But if you look at the map where Lake Okeechobee is, the big lake in the middle, I'm pretty much even with the top. Route 7. I'm right on State Road 70, if you look at a map, which runs right across the state from Sarasota. It kind of comes down from Sarasota a little bit, and then it goes straight across to Fort Pierce, which I drove over to Fort Pierce. It's about 99 miles to see Asleep at the Wheel last Friday, 2 Fridays ago. Good show. He's pretty good, Ray Benson. He's the last original member. But that's one of those bands that doesn't really detract because for some reason, I don't know. The whole idea, like, yes, the Rolling Stones, it kind of matters who's in the band. You know, you can't go on without Keith and Mick, you know, Keith and or Mick, but you kind of can. I mean, they're at the point where without Charlie, it kind of had to go on, but back in the 70s, before Ron Wood joined, they were contemplating adding Harvey Mandel. Like, was it Harvey Mandel or Wayne Perkins was one? But a couple American guys. And that just, you couldn't have an American guy in the Rolling Stones, you know? Well, my water, I'm in an RV and I got no heat. I got no hot water, which I didn't even realize. It took me like 8 months to realize I didn't have hot water. Because it sits in the tube or whatever, and it's usually warm, you know, like long enough to wash my hands or whatever. But anyway, this morning I wake up and turn on the water after taking the morning dump, and I got the hands washed, but it kind of did run out. You know, like I still had a little soap up here. I'm like trying to get, and that was basically the water in the pipe, I guess, in the RV. Because my hose, you know, you have a hookup, and the hose I have. There's a big, thick electrical cord and my water hose, and I've got them Velcroed together off the ground because there's fire ants everywhere in Florida. Not as bad in this park as it was in the last one I was in. So you can't keep anything on the ground, even though your tires are touching the ground, and they could walk up that, and they probably do. That's a problem. People get infestations of fire ants in their RVs and shit. That's one thing, man. Florida, you know, I think a cold like this does actually thin things out a little bit, but you just learn to live with palmetto bugs and stuff, which are the big cockroaches. They're solitary. I worked in pest control. The big ones they see, those are usually solitary, and they prefer to be outside, but they get forced in with the water. And see, what happens though is like I have them in my car, the big ones. But you leave your window open and they'll just fly in there. So it's not like you have them in there for any reason. Or maybe they go in there for a reason, you know, like a cup from McDonald's or something. I don't know. I'm not that dirty is all I'm trying to say. Although I took my first shower, I took a shower tonight, and let me see if I could even tell you when I took my last shower before that. It might have been like Saturday. What's today? Thursday. Dude, I work outside and by myself, and I haven't sweat all week because it's been cold. Is this too much information? The weird thing is, for my stream on Saturday, if you're still on there, Hattie Carol, or Sunday, for that first set, I remember playing, I played about an hour, 15, 20 minutes as usual. And I ended with, I was in Jackstraw, and I looked over at the phone, and the thing, it's red, I guess, when you're recording, where the time is, I believe. Kind of one of those things you don't really think about till you start talking about it. You're like, is it red or white? But anyway, it turned off during Jackstraw. Like, when you end the stream, it'll kind of go white and do the circle thing. That happened during the last song. But then when it automatically saves, what you're streaming, it makes a video of it. The video that got made was the fourth song, which it shuts off in the middle of Just Like Tom Thumb Blues. So I don't know what happened there. After the fart? Oh, the fact. Yeah, I did set two. Set two's all up there. It's like a minute and 51 minutes. That was a long set. I opened up, I played my ook, which I hadn't played in a while, and that went well, I thought. A little rough at the beginning, but I got going. I thought I did a nice Harder They Come. But yeah, there was some stuff in that first set. I think the third song was Smoking Hole in the first set. So I think that got up there. That was a debut for me in public. Radiators. And you know what's funny though? That's like a great song I've always loved. Let's go down to the smoking hole, smoke us up one more bowl. But then when you go and look at the verses, I was kind of let down. The verses, I don't know, the words aren't that good. Like the first verse is monkey shines, rub my monkey till she shines. Your breath, it smells like turpentine. Rub my monkey till she shines. Let's go down to the smoking hole. Light us up, boys, one more bowl. Beat our feet on the burning coal. Let's go down to the smoking hole. Doctor, doctor, I got this itch. I didn't know love could be like this. Life's a dog and love's a bitch. I believe this doctor gonna strike it rich. Let's go down to the smoking hole. Light us up just one more bowl. Beat our meat on the burning coal. Let's go down to the smoking hole. Smoking hole! Smoking hole! Let's go down to the smoking hole. Nobody does Radiator songs. So now I do. Yeah, I did make you say hot dog. That's my ukulele tune. I nailed that one. I do a pretty good version of that one. Still not sure about the words. But now I do Smoking Hole on the guitar. Welcome to the... Well, I throw in when I do Black Magic Woman, which I haven't done. I didn't do that Sunday, and I meant to, but I kind of just didn't get to it. But what's the first verse like? Got a black magic woman. Got a black magic woman. I got a black magic woman. Got me so blind I can't see that she's a black magic woman and she's trying to make a monkey out of me. It's devil, but I think monkey works better. And that's what Zeke would do if the Radiators. I'm not sure if they ever did that one, but he would change it to monkey. For those of you who don't know what the hell we're talking about, the New Orleans Radiators are a great band out of New Orleans. But you can go to archive.org and listen to beautiful soundboards, and they play a lot of cover tunes and a lot of great originals. So you will, if you know good music, you'll probably be able to find a tune or two you know. And what I find for a new band is if there's a couple tunes you know, cover tunes, it gives you, and it may be too much information, but it gives you an idea that you can judge how you like their sound, maybe, or get, understand their sound a little bit. Like say you love, what did they do? I think you were there, Tobe, for this one when they opened up with Green River. Was that one of the shows I think it was the first night when you were with me at Tipitina's, and they went into Holiday, which is one of their tunes, but they opened up with Green River by I think it was Green River, pretty sure, by CCR. And that would be probably January something of 2020? Was that right before COVID? $2019. I think I went 3 years. I went 18, 19. I think I went 20. I don't know. I think I went 3 years though in a row there. Maybe 4. I think I might have caught one show, just happened to be there. The first, I don't know. We'll have to find out if I can find out. Pretty sure I went 3, not sure if I went 4. How about a song about drinking and riding in my pickup truck? Throw in a line about my girl and how she's a really good luck. Throw in a line that where we can say woo. Keep it simple so we'll know what to do. I don't know. I kind of did it. I kind of let that. I kind of was writing this song a couple weeks ago, and I kind of let it go. But it's like, we didn't come here to talk politics. Cowgirls are just thinking about cowboys' dicks. Don't throw in any clever bits, 'cause cowboys are just looking at cowgirls' tits. I like to make people uncomfortable. So yes, if you were there with your children, I'd still sing those lines. And that was a concession to wokeness, throwing in the dicks and the tits. I figured you gotta give it to them both. Hugh Snowstorm? Sounds like a newscaster in Boston. Hello, it's the weather guy. Hugh Snowstorm. This morning we're gonna get 4 inches. I bet we are. Oh, I need fucking weed. Florida. Is weed legal in Georgia? I might have to move up to northern Florida. And if I'm close, that'll be the only thing that makes it good, if I can just go over the state line to buy weed. But Florida cops are so evil, they'll fucking be waiting right over the fucking line. a feeling I can't find. Oh yeah. True. Oh yeah. I've got a feeling I can't hide. That was a good line. A feeling I can't find. Paul didn't think of that. Oh yeah. I've got a feeling. Mom, please believe me. I'd hate to miss the train. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, please believe me. I won't be late again. Oh no. Oh no. I've got a feeling. All is there, but I'm cool. Wanna know God, I know what it told me. All I was looking for is somebody that looked like you. Usually when I do that on this nylon acoustic, though, that puts the B string way out of tune. I can't get the fucking lyrics to that straight. It's not that difficult either. There's so many songs like that I've sung 1,000 times with the guys, and then you go to play it. What is it? I've got a feeling deep inside. I've got a feeling I can't hide. Then it's please believe me, I'd hate to miss the train. As if you leave me, I won't be late again. Then they do the all these years I've been wondering why someone. I can't get that first line there. Wondering why nobody told me. All that I was looking for is somebody who looked like you. Everybody had a good time. Yeah. We'll get it. I've always wanted to play that one, and I was close, but I just was not. I do like just the A. And I knew it wasn't right. Because basically you're doing an A, but you put your pinky on the 5th fret bottom string. And you just drop those two in. On the 3rd fret B string and 4th fret G string. Simultaneously. Together. I've got a feeling. Born a poor young country boy, mothered nature's son. All day long I'm sitting singing songs for everyone. Nope. I don't think he does that there either. Nope. Yeah. Find me, find of grass, Mother Nature's son. Day long I'm sitting singing songs for everyone. I used to have that down, and that's why I'm playing it now. Because just tonight, I kind of was like, "Oh yeah, I used to play that all the time." And there's just a couple little bits that I've got to kind of remember. But I got this afternoon. It's like I got like arthritis or something in my like it's hurt. I don't recall doing anything. I do have a job where I could injure my fingers. Not necessarily chop them off, but like kind of bend them in a bad way or something, and just kind of mildly strain them or something. I don't believe I did that, but it feels like I did. So I don't know if it's arthritis. But it kind of hurts. After all the jacks are in their boxes, and the clowns have all gone to bed, you can hear happiness walking down the street, footprints resting. The wind, it cries. Will the wind ever remember the names it has blown in the past? Crushed its old age and its wisdom. It whispers, no, this will be the last. The wind, it cries. Traffic lights turn to blue tomorrow and shine down emptiness upon our heads. The tiny lamp cause the life there is dead. I agree on those emojis. Kind of disturbing what they have. That hurt. Yeah, it's just and I don't do nothing. I don't pick my nose with that, I'm righty. Kind of sucks. Like that hurts right now, like trying to open my finger. That's when I can feel it. I do have this little thing here. I don't know what that's, like a little cut. I don't know. fluff head was a man with a horrible disease. Na, na, what's up, baby? Fluff head. I don't know any more to that song. Is there more to that song? Yeah, it gets. That's the problem with the Fish songs. Not that it's a problem, but when you think about playing them acoustic, you like they go off on these crazy jam. Like, what do you do there if you're just playing by yourself with the acoustic guitar? It's like when I do AC/DC Bag, I haven't figured out on that last verse, brain dead and made of money, no future at all. Pull down the blinds and run for cover, no future at all. Who would have thought that's where I am? No future at all. It's true. I don't know what he does. That weird, the one set down, 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 down. AC/DC Bag. AC/DC Bag. AC/DC Bag. DC Bag. Brain dead. Made of money. No future at all. I found that I like to do. I thought it went well together. See, I don't play it totally, because it requires some crazy tuning. But I do "Fearless" by Pink Floyd. I've only done it once live, maybe twice, but right into AC/DC Bag. Fearlessly, the idiot faced the crowd, smiling. What's his name? Billy Strings. There's a video of him doing that on Howard Stern, and he puts it in the right tuning. So he's just doing all this. Like when I do the riff, he's doing like some other thing. But you can do that. That's one of the things about a guitar is it's one of the few instruments. Whenever I start to make some statement about music, I'm like, I have no idea. But I do know there's some, percentage-wise, there's only few of the instruments you can play like the same thing in several different places on the instrument. Like with the saxophone, you can only do a C by blowing. Yeah, I did Breathe by Pink Floyd Sunday, and I don't know if that was in the part that... There was a lot of good songs. I ended with a nice Jack Straw that didn't get on there. Forget what else I did. It's just a bummer because all the sets that I have done are recorded. So that's like the first set. I did miss a couple songs a couple times. Like forgot to press record. Not that it's a big deal, but when you get like so far in and you have done it all, recorded everything, you kind of want to just keep it going. But I had no idea. I'm up there playing, then I look over and I see the stream end, and I was nowhere near my phone. I'm like, what the fuck happened there? But it was a windy day. I was battling. I got my lyric sheets up there, and I got these big clamps, like clamps, construction clamps to hold it down. And it was a battle getting them on the whole time. But I ended with this lady came, like I'm ready to end, and what did I end on? Which is, that set is up there. But I think I ended with, I forget. Maybe Love and Mercy by Brian Wilson. I've been doing that one a lot lately. Then she's like, you got to do a Buffett tune. And I hadn't done it in a while. So I'm like, all right, She was the only person there. And I even did, normally I don't do the salt, because I guess I'm a traditionalist or something. But I did it for her and she did it. I just did the. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know it's nobody's. No idea whether that's how they do it, and I doubt it is. But it works for me. Part of the whole idea of even doing that song is just to be cheesy. So I love Jimmy Buffett was great, and he was a good guy. I'm surprised I do that song. I've surprised myself that when he died, I just played that. Didn't look. It's easy enough. You can just kind of play it. So that's when I started playing it, and I'm like, that is fun. It's always fun when you can do those songs where you do the woman to blame. I like those, like the hitting just one chord with a. But I know it's my own damn fault. Well, thank you. It's fun. It's fun. It's really, that's what it's about, man. But that's the key. I got to get that down like the 3 times. He says like the first line, he's like, some people claim that it's a woman to blame, but I know it's someone's fault. Then he's like, he changes that last line, it's like someone's fault. Then he ends with my own damn fault. There's only 3 verses, and he does something in the middle there. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know it's my own damn fault. Fuck you. You are a pain in the ass, man. We'll clear the room again. Death don't have no mercy in this land. Death don't have no mercy in this land. In this land. It come to your house, it don't stay long. Look in the bedroom, children, and you'll find your own mother gone. I said death don't have no mercy in this land. It's a great tune. Took me a long time to really, really like that one. But back in the early Grateful Dead days, as I said before, and I'll probably say for a while, but they used to, back when the acid tests, and shit, and everybody was on acid. And if you've ever been on acid, things you can kind of go down. If you start thinking about something, they'd play all their crazy tunes and they'd go into Death Don't Have No Mercy. And you can't, it's not exactly being like, hey, take my hand and we'll make it fun for you the whole time, But that's what I like. People who can handle that, though. Especially a girl. If a girl can handle that, like, gets it, isn't like, oh, I don't want to this slow song or that's a depressing song. When somebody says that, you more or less probably won't see me again, It's like, if you can't, like, appreciate that it's still just a good song, I don't want to listen to a song like that all night either, but when you can hear it and appreciate it, instead of, oh, it's depressing. No, it's just good. But it wasn't ever, I like it a lot now. And they did it. They brought it back in like 89. They only played it like 5 or 6 times, but each guy would take a verse. Whereas before it was all Jerry singing in the early versions. It was they'd all take a verse. I think it was with Brent. So it must have been right up before he died. So it might have been 89 or 90. They did like 5 or 6 versions. It's weird that just I think I played it last week for the first time, and I didn't play it at the gig, but I was just like, it just kind of scratched my, came up and kind of jumped into my head to play. So we'll whip it out at some point. Did he say what I thought he said? So this is a tune, a great tune. Guess who it's by? You can tell just by those chords whose song this is. But it's Slowpoke by Neil Young. And I think it's on Looking Forward, the CSNY album that came out. It's tough to play, probably like 1990, but it feels like it was like 15 years ago. But pretty much 1990 to now feels like 15 years for me. Like anything that really happened in that last 35 years is 15 years. But it's just so classic that his songs, and it's just a great tune. Go listen to it. Slowpoke. Slowpoke, I'm gonna run to you. So none doing all that you do. But it also, and like a lot of Neil Young songs, I keep wanting to do been a long, long time. Peace of Mind. Dun, 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 dun. Which I do have the words written down to that. I got to get back to that one. But that's the actual Peace of Mind is some really weird chords. Sit round here, baby. Put your little hand in mine. I got something to tell you. I know you're gonna change your mind when things go wrong. So wrong with you. You know it hurts me too. Sit round here, baby. self-portrait. So come in, baby. Something wrong with you. You know it hurts me too. Moonlight lady, arms strong as the valley walls. Not too many men forget your touch. Moonlight lady, you were in the fields all day. I gotta get the words to this one down. Saw Taj Mahal play this in Honolulu at the Aloha Clock Tower in Oahu, Honolulu. Great night, man. It was like first week I was there, rented a scooter. It's fucking, you know, Oahu's like New York City, or I mean Honolulu. Maybe not quite that crazy, but a lot of it's a big city, and there's just it's crazy. So I'm out there on my scooter riding. I went to see Taj Mahal, which I've always loved Taj Mahal since I first heard him. And I was expecting like this 20-minute, 30-minute concert, and it was like 2 hours. It was just fucking awesome. And standing, I was like 20 feet from him. He had 3 ukulele players up there. And Carlos Andrade playing slack key guitar, who wrote that song. And he just played everything. You know, Johnny Too Bad. It was fucking great. It was great. So my favorite concerts are all my Grateful Dead concerts, then that one. That actually might, I don't know. Yeah, you know, it's maybe a tie. That was just the whole experience of being on the scooter, Aloha Clock Tower in Honolulu, Hawaii. Panicky people. What about panicky people? They never know what to do. I'm like, what the fuck is he saying? All right, no, we're gonna work that one, dude. That's the song there, right there, Tobe. What about panicky people? They never know what to do. You better watch out for you better be careful, or a panicky person will put the screw to you. That's the song, man. Come up with something. I like that though. What about panicky people? They never know what to do. They stand there and wet their pants. What about panicky people? They never know what to do. Shit's going down there, holding you back. I don't know. That's the song. There's a song there. Panicky people have a role. It gives those who don't panic something to do. Like, all right, relax. No, we're not going to go where all those people are running. We're just going to walk over to where we can get out safely and calmly. Do not follow the crowd. That is probably my strongest fucking, what would you call it? Trait or something. Do not follow the crowd. And that works. That is the one thing in life that I can always say has kind of worked out for me, is that. Somewhat. All right, I gotta go to bed. Was enjoying that though. I wanted to do a nice where I could just was kind of rambling, playing little bits and pieces of this and that. Well, no, we're not gonna get into. We never had any brown acid, did we? I had the one bad trip I had. I will we will talk about this one, but I went and saw the Grateful Dead in Giant Stadium by myself, and I took a tab of acid, and it's New York. That's the New York summer show. It was packed, and I stayed the whole show and everything. Don't get me wrong, but it was a weird one. I remember it just being fucking tight, you know. And one thing you sometimes need is air in space. But not too many. I had a bad trip on mushrooms one time. I ate mushrooms like 3 nights in a row, and the third night I kind of freaked out. I can't even describe it. I just had this feeling. I was at home. I was at my house and my mother was there. And I'm just up in my room jamming music, and I used to be able to sit out on my roof. I had a window that I could go out on the roof. And all of a sudden I was just getting this fucking this weird sort of thing, like I don't even really want to say it. It was like I had killed my mother, and I didn't. Just so everybody knows. But that's how fucked up it can get. And I was like, I didn't want to go down, like it had happened, and I didn't know it had happened, but I was thinking it had happened. And all of a sudden I was like, like later thinking about, did I do that an hour ago and I didn't know it? And it was weird. I was tripping. So it's kind of hard to put it into context how that was going down. But oh yeah, remember Troy and yeah, that was a little. I don't know. We had a pretty good trip, didn't we? Must have sucked for Troy. that's that was a beginner thing. He didn't realize you got to keep up, and I didn't know. I wasn't turning around every 2 seconds to check that he wasn't there. So that was completely. That was 94. I believe. I'm pretty confident it was 94. Definitely 94 because 93 was Sting at Giant Stadium. Remember me, you, and Amanda and Tom? That was 93. 94 was the next year. And we didn't go in for Sting. We missed Sting. And Jerry came out and played with him. It's funny because Rick Beato, he's interviewed what's his name? Damian Miller or something? Sting's guitarist since he left the Police. And he's really good. He's a good interview. He just put out like some solo guitar book for Beatles songs, but he brought up playing how he loves the Dead, and like he's like, yeah, a lot of musicians don't like him like that we roll with, but I love him. And that was one of my favorite things. He brought up those show. I think he brought up the Giant Stadium show that Jerry came out and played with him. That was just like a month ago. Traffic opened? No, Sting was 93. Traffic was 94, right? Yeah, but that was 94, I believe, the Traffic. But because I saw them at Giant Stadium too, I think, and Jerry came out and played Mr. Fantasy with them. Pretty sure. Yeah, I remember when we were with Amanda, and I think that was 93. But I remember Let It Grow. We were straight down. Like at the other, they were in one end zone. We were sitting straight down in the other end zone in the seats. And I remember Let It Grow being a highlight. That was good. And the first set, which is the only place you would find it. Occasionally, once out of like 100 times, they'd put it in the second set. But I've remarkably not, like, somewhat lost track, but not completely. Like I think I haven't thought that's one of the regrets I have though is not seeing Sting when we had tickets for the fucking show and we didn't go. We went to both shows. I don't think we saw him. Didn't we go to two? Because I remember the hotel. We got a hotel. And I don't think we went in for either one. We were just having such a fucking good time in the parking lot. just standing there making each other laugh. We had Tom with us and fucking and I wish we didn't have. Remember, Christine was there with Sean. What's his name? Cregan, I think. And we didn't. Me and Amanda tried to find him. I don't think we ever did. Looking back, I wish we just let Amanda go with them, and we would have had a much better time, the three of us. Not that it was horrible with her. She didn't ruin it or nothing. But I think we kind of ruined it for her because we kind of didn't care about finding Christine and Cregan. Oh, Cregan was a good kid. I fucking hate Christine Kelly. Still do. Haven't seen her in a long time, but I've always hated her. She hated me too. So she hated me first, though. I didn't really have any thoughts about her until I found out that she didn't like me when I started. She was always giving me shit, kind of. She just had no respect for me or something. I don't know. She just didn't like me. I thought she was a loser. I really did. Even back, I always have. Just one of those people who thought she was like really too cool. I don't know. Let's stop this topic. Never did like her though. So Christine, if you're out there, fuck you. Get your feet up off the ground. Yep. We were lucky to be able to experience a lot of that shit, man. In fact, I was talking today about next door to me, the people in the RV next to me, old, guys 81, Wooly, WOLL, and Mary, his wife. But they stopped when I was at my car after work, cranking Zappa, Bongo Fury with Captain Beefheart. They're re-releasing that. I got an email about that the other day. I might get it. It's like a 5 CD set, bunch of live stuff. But they were talking to me, and they're from New Hampshire, and I brought up the only time I spent a night in jail was Alton, New Hampshire. Me and my buddy, we each had our own room. But remember fucking driving down the road, throwing firecrackers out the window? And I was the driver doing that. The two other guys, I don't think they threw any. I was the one driving, doing the firecracker. Did you throw any firecrackers? Yeah, a lot of classic shit from that incident, man. That's why that 4th of July weekend is always special. My first Dead shows, that.